Okay, this is part 3 of the introduction to Google Plus and how to use Google Plus. So what we want to do, let's go ahead and let me pull it back up. This is my profile page. Now, this video I want to go over details on how I was able to grow my Google Plus up so quick and to be able to get over 9 million views and over 3,997 followers in just a little over a year. Technically, I probably could have tripled this if I wanted to, because I usually only post once a day, but I don't always post every day of the year. And there's actually a couple weeks I didn't post at all, so it's pretty impressive to be able to build it up that quick in that short period of time. So the trick is you want to get involved with communities and you want to build up your circles. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. Let's go ahead and hover up here to the upper left hand corner, and we're going to come down to communities. Let's click that. Okay, right off the bat, you're probably not going to see this stuff here. This is basically people that are within my circles that created a community. They invited me to join it, so this is an option of me wanting to join it. If I scroll down, these are all the communities that I have joined. Basically, these are different sites that I post my pictures on for photography. Now, if you're into videos, photography, Photoshop, Lightroom, I mean, you name it out there. I mean, there's every kind of community you can ever think of is probably going to be in this one area. So you can actually take it and search in there. So I'm just going to search for photography since that's what I am into on this particular page. So let me type in photography, hit enter, and it'll take a second to load them up. Now this is going to start showing all the different photography communities, and what you see right off the bat, you're going to see how many people, members, like this has over 500,000 members, and how many different posts that are on it. And you can kind of just scroll down, check them out. Now instead of hitting join right away, what I like to do is I'll actually click on the picture and check it out first before I go joining a particular community. And right here you'll see where it says join community, but let's check it out, make sure it's something I might like. And if this seems like something that might be good for posting my pictures on, and then I'll probably join it. So if everything looks good, then I'll just hit join community. And it takes a second, it says welcome to community. So now I can post pictures on this particular community. Now I want to show you how to build up your circles. So whatever communities you join into, you want to start building up your circles. So basically building a circle is, I'm going to hover over a particular name and say this is somebody I want to try to get into my circle. So I can either add them as a friend, a family, acquaintance, following, or photography. So let me just click photography. And what it's going to do is actually going to send him an email asking if you want to basically join within your circle. So it's like an invitation thing. So if he accepts, then he's within your circle. Now there is a limit. You're only allowed up to 5,000 people max in your circle. So that's one way of kind of building up your page, is try to go to different communities and basically go onto these people's, just hover over their names and try to invite them within your circle. And you could put them as friends if you happen to know them, or family. Basically on this photography page, I have no friends or family that are on my photography page. Most of those people are on like Facebook or something. But I'm using my photography page more as a business, so that's why I just kind of keep everybody under photography on this particular one. So it's kind of one way of building up real quick. Now the next thing to build up people that want to get in within your circles or to start following you is what you want to do is post on communities you got going on here. So what you want to do is, I always post one picture on my homepage public, which just kind of goes to the public. So anybody that's within my circles is going to see it. And then I always post another picture on a community. And I only do like one community a day, but you could do 5 or 10 communities if you wanted to. And basically I'll just hit the photo and I'll drag it in there and post it. And what that does is people that log on to this community and they're checking out stuff are going to see your picture, and they're going to try to invite you into their circles, and they're going to also want to follow you. If there's something that they really like, they'll come up to your name and they'll click following because they're going to want to follow you or something too. So that's another way of building up people and basically every time they log on to Google Plus, they're going to see your picture, your video, or whatever on that home page every time they log on if they're following you. So very important way of building up to get people to follow you. So now I'm going to show you, let me go back to communities. Now once again, like I said, 5,000 is currently the max people that could be within your circles. For following, that could be unlimited. I've seen people having 20, 30, even 40,000 people following them. So that's my goal, is to keep building this page up to eventually get that many people on there. Now as you get people within your circles, they can create their own page and communities. So basically you do have an option of creating a community, and to do that you could just hit create community right here, and you can make it a public one or a private one where it's only invitation only, and you can have a public one. So this is kind of cool if you're doing certain kind of business or marketing on a certain type of business. This might be an option for you. And I'm gonna just hit cancel for now. Now these ones here, what I can do, if there's one I might want to check out, I can hit, say, the world of black and white, click it, and it'll take me to the community once again so I can check it out. And let me just hit the back button. And then if there's one I don't think I'll ever use, like this person has my village of somewhere, Libyan. So, but I don't live in her village, and this particular community probably wouldn't be something I'd want to do anyways. So what I could do is I could just hover over, see a little X button, and just click that. So that's one way of like kind of going through and editing out these, is you could just, like I said, go over and just click the X button and you can clear these out. And you can also do the same down here, where you can click on one of these, and you can always delete a community if you wanted to. If you don't like it after a while or something, you can always get rid of this one of these too. So, but I want to keep all these. I don't want to delete any of these ones that I've joined. They're particularly pretty good. So I want to show you one last thing here. Let's go back to my profile. And one thing I want to let you know, when you do, and there is settings, you can go to settings and change this, but I like to try to keep everything up front to where I can see how many people are liking a particular picture and stuff. So for example, like I said, I always just share one publicly. So as soon as I get on my home page, I'll publish a picture, and that's what you're going to see right here. And then I go to community. So this one was under night photography, and this was a picture of the moon setting over Peak 6 in Colorado that I took yesterday morning. And as you see, this one's already got 3,065 pictures with, or 3,065 views within 2 hours already, which is pretty amazing amount of people clicking on that picture. But you're going to also see as you're scrolling down that it shows up on my home page. So if you're posting on 5 different websites, you're going to have 5 different postings on your home page here of whatever, of the same picture basically. So what I like to do is I'll leave them up for a couple days, and I'll come down and say right here I'll kind of pick, and I usually leave one of them up, and I like to edit. So this one here, I'll probably just go ahead and delete it now. It's been up for a few days, so what I'm going to do is just kind of click up here with the down arrow, and I'm going to hit delete post. Delete this post permanently, and I'm going to hit delete. It's kind of a way of cleaning up the page where there's not a bunch of the same pictures. So as you look down here, You'll see I just have one picture of each. I basically delete. So what I usually do is I usually try to pick pictures that have the most views on it and likes, and then I'll just keep that on basically my profile page. So people come to look at it, it's not so cluttery looking and it's more clean. So that's a good thing to remember how to do. So this is just some of the basics. Anyways, I definitely, you want to build up your circles, like I said, and start following people out there, interacting. And you definitely want to try to get people to follow you. The best way to get followers is just start posting your stuff on different communities. So join communities out there and start being interactive on how much. I've seen people within 1 year, because they sit there and go nuts with Google Plus and they post a boatload of stuff on there, and they're already up at 20, 30 million views within a year. So it's all how fast you want to grow it. Anyways, if this did help you out a lot, and this is just some of the basics. Google Plus has a lot of different options out there and a lot of different things you could do to it. But I just wanted to get you started, get you to know how to use Google Plus. It's kind of has its similarities to Facebook, but there's some things I do like about Google Plus way over Facebook when it comes to getting views. Because I tell you what, where I'm getting 3,000, 4,000, or even 100,000 views in 24 hours on some of my pictures, Facebook I get maybe 100. You know, it's night and day. There's no comparison. And it's what's really cool is Google Plus is it's basically around the world, where Facebook seems is more centralized within the U.S. or if you just happen to get friends overseas or something like that. So, anyways, it's a great way to promote your videos, promote your photographs, photography, or whatever type of business you're in. I just wanted to give you the basics, and if this video definitely helped you, definitely hit that like button down below and definitely subscribe. You have yourself a really good day.